Hello everyone, my name is Jitendra Kant. I am serving as lecturer in English at Government Senior Secondary School, Mandi Gobindgarh, Fatehgarh Sahib. So, students, today we are going to discuss Prayer of the Woods, a poem written by anonymous poet. Anonymous is a person whose name is not known. So, this poem is going to be discussed here as it is very interesting poem, and I am pretty sure that after this lecture you are going to have a different perspective towards woods. So let's start. Before we start reading, we have our pre-reading stage. So students, before getting into the details of this poem, I have some questions to ask you. First of all, you see at the front screen and tell me what these pictures depict. In the first picture, what do you see? What's happening? Come on, I'm waiting for your response. I hope you have thought about this picture. Now let's move to the next picture. What do you see? What's happening in this picture? Come on. Yes. All right. In the next picture, that is the third one, what's happening? Can you make a guess about these pictures? I hope you have already made the guess. Let's see what these pictures depict. So students, in the first picture itself, a tree is happily offering its fruits to a little child. It's very clear that a tree is trying to hand over its fruit to a child, and both are smiling. What a pleasant picture it is. In the next one, a tree is crying to see its fellow tree being cut and harmed. So, after seeing its fellow being cut, the other tree is crying. And in the last picture, a sad tree is saying something to an old man. See? It's talking with an old man, and it must be telling its sad tale. Alright, let's move further. So, students, what do you think the trees would say to us if they could speak? Well, let us read the poem Prayer of the Woods and find out what trees want to tell us. So, some vocabulary words are given here, which you will see in the text of the poem. We shall acquaint ourselves with these words so that it becomes easy for us to find meaning in the poem. So, the first word here is hearth. Hearth is a place where wood is burnt in order to get the warmth out of it. So it can be called as a fireplace as well. So you see the picture very clearly tells us about hearth. Next word is screening. Screening is protection or shielding. So when the sun is very hot, we protect ourselves with the help of some screening. Either it's a lotion or we protect our eyes from the direct sunlight. So that is screening. Next word is refreshing. It means giving new energy or rejuvenating. Next word is draught. It's an act of drinking liquid or water in one go. Next word, quenching. You might have heard of this word many times. Quenching. It means satisfying one's thirst by drinking water or liquid. Next word is beam. Beam is a thick and heavy wooden structure to support the roof or floor. Students, you might have seen in the old houses a big log of wood is placed on the roof to support it. So it's very evident in the picture itself. A big heavy wooden structure is placed beneath the roof to give it support, so that with the passage of time, when the structure weakens, the roof does not fall down. It provides strength to the roof. Next word is timber. It is wood prepared for use in buildings. Next word, hoe. It's a tool for digging the ground. Next word, homestead. It's a house, especially a farmhouse. Next word is cradle. Cradle is a baby's bed. Next, shell. It's the hard outer case of base. Next word is coffin. Coffin is a wooden box in which a dead body is put to bury. So students, now we are going to recite this poem, Prayer of the Woods. So all of you lend your ears towards me. I am going to recite it. Let's hear. I am the heat of your hearth on the cold winter nights, the friendly shade screening you from the summer sun, and my fruits are refreshing, draughts quenching your thirst as you journey on. I am the beam that holds your house, the board of your table, the bed on which you lie, and the timber that builds your boat. I am the handle of your hoe, the door of your homestead, the wood of your cradle, and the shell of your coffin. I am the bread of kindness and the flower of beauty. Yea, who pass by, listen to my prayer, harm me not. By Anonymous. So student, this was the recitation of this poem. Now let's move further. Now we have post reading activities here. First stanza is given in front of you. I am going to read the first paragraph, first stanza, and then it will be followed by explanation. So here it goes. I am the heat of your hearth on the cold winter nights, the friendly shade screening you from the summer sun, and my fruits are refreshing, draughts quenching your thirst as you journey on. So, in this stanza, the tree speaks to all the human beings and tells them how important trees are in their life. How important are the trees? Trees provide us wood for fire to keep us warm from winter chill. So students, the trees are really very helpful for us. During the cold season, during the winters, we get the warmth by burning the wood. So it provides us the heat that our body requires. So similarly, During this summer season, the trees provide us shade to protect us from scorching heat in the summer. Besides, trees provide us the juices of their fruits to quench our thirst throughout the journey of our life. So during summer season, whenever we go out in the direct sunlight, our body starts to dehydrate. And what we look for? We look for a fruit drink to quench the thirst. So from where does that juice come from? It comes from the fruits, and the fruits are given to us by trees. So directly or indirectly, trees are related to us. They are a great help to us. Let's move to stanza 2. I am the beam that holds your house, the board of your table, the bed on which you lie, and the timber that builds your boat. So, students, the trees remind us that they provide us all the necessary material. Our houses are built of wood. Whatever furniture we use in our house is made of wood. You take it as a table or a chair, a dressing cupboard, a trolley, anything. Everything is made of wood, and the wood comes from trees. Not only this, trees also help us in making the boats. We use the wood that comes from the trees. And those people who travel through the waters use boats very frequently. So, in a sense, it also helps them. So, all in all, our life is completely dependent upon wood. So, woods we get from trees. So, directly or indirectly, trees are related to humans' life. So, in the third stanza, I am the handle of your hoe, the door of your homestead, the wood of your cradle, and the shell of your coffin. So, students, in this para, the poet says that trees further help us in building agricultural tools. The tools like hoe, etc., are made of wood. The handle of the hoe is used for digging the land. So the handle of the hoe is made of wood. The doors and windows of our houses are also made of wood. The cradle is where when a baby is born is first of all put inside a cradle and is rocked so that a baby sleeps well. So whenever first a baby comes into life, it is put inside a cradle. And when a person dies, ultimately the coffin box in which a person is buried is also made of wood. So from our childhood or from our birth till our death, wood is used. So here the word coffin is used in Christianity and in some other religions of the world. A dead body is buried under the ground. So for that ceremony, coffin is required, and coffin is made of wood. And in Hindu tradition, when a person dies, he is put on a pyre, and for his cremation, wood is used. Pyre is also made of wood. So eventually, wood is used. So wood is also very auspicious in our life. So wood has a great importance in humans' life. From our childhood to our death, wood is used. So students, now you see throughout the journey of our life, wood is used. So trees are of great help to us. In the next stanza, I am the bread of kindness and the flower of beauty. Ye who pass by, listen to my prayer, harm me not. So in this stanza, the poet is saying that trees symbolize kindness and beauty. They spread beauty in the world and teach us values such as kindness and selflessness. So, students, how the trees provide us beauty? Whenever you go to a garden, you see a grove of trees, how beautiful it looks. It gives us a sense of beauty. And when we have beauty inside our heart, we are bound to become kind. So, kindness and beauty are interrelated over here, and we learn all this thing from trees. So, they spread beauty in our life, they make us kind. And in the last line, the trees pray to all the human beings that they should not be harmed. So, it's a prayer. Ultimately, the trees make a prayer to the human beings not to cut them, not to harm them. And when we see now that trees have a great importance in our life and still we cut the trees, so it's an appeal to the human beings by the trees that please do not harm us. We are the part and parcel of your life. Value us. So ultimately, what we learn out here is that we have to love the trees, not to harm them, but to protect them. So, students, this is all about the explanation of all the stanzas. So, further, we have one activity for you, that is post reading activity. So, look at the screen now, and some words are given here. What you have to do is to use these words in the sentences on your own. You have to make sentences using these words on your own. So first word is hearth. Now students, you have to make a sentence by using this word hearth. Next is shade. By using this word shade, you have to make another sentence. Then the word comes quench. Similarly, you have to use this word quench and make a sentence. Hoe. Similarly, use this word to make another sentence. Next word is homestead. Next, cradle. Next word is harm. So students, I hope you have noted down these words in your notebooks, and many of you might have started making the sentences as well by using these words. So I shall give you some time to make sentences, and in the next slide I'm going to show you some sentences so that you get to know about how to use these words in the sentences. All right. So here it comes. Hearth. How it is used? He looked at the fire on the hearth. Next word is shade. The traveler lay down under the shade of the tree. Next is quench. He drank 2 glasses of water to quench his thirst. Next is hoe. The farmer grabbed his hoe and left for the fields. Next word is homestead. They moved to a new homestead with more farmland. Cradle. The baby was sleeping peacefully in the cradle. Next word is harm. We should not harm the feelings of others. I hope you have understood these words and now you know how to use them in the sentences. Now students, we have one another activity. You have to choose the correct option. I'm going to read the sentences which have blanks in them. There are certain choices as well. You have to choose one choice as answer. First sentence is, trees provide us dash for fireplace during the cold winter nights. And the options are fuel, shade, fruits. So out of these three options, you have to fill this blank by using any one word out of them. Second question, the trees remain useful for us throughout the dash of life. And the options are picture, journey, story. Next question, trees help us by providing dash for building material. Options, fruits, beauty, timber. Fourth question, many of the agricultural dash are made of wood. Options are tools, ornaments, jewels. Fifth question, cradle and coffin symbolize that. Options are trees are used in making cradle and coffin for us. Second option, trees accompany us from our birth till death. Next option, trees help us in providing material to earn our livelihood. Sixth question, trees dash us not to harm them. Options, request, warn, or threaten. So students, these were some of the questions with multiple choices. I hope you have took the answer for the blanks. Now I am going to highlight the answers in the next slide. So be careful. Trees provide us dash for fireplace during the cold winter nights. So the right option is green in color. The answer is fuel. Trees provide us fuel for fireplace during the cold winter nights. Next, the trees remain useful for us throughout the dash of life. So the correct answer is again given in the green color. It's journey. The trees remain useful for us throughout the journey of life. Next, trees help us by providing dash for building material. So the correct answer is timber. Trees help us by providing timber for building material. Next question. Many of the agricultural dash are made of wood. So the correct answer is tools. Many of the agricultural tools are made of wood. Next question. Cradle and coffin symbolize that. Trees accompany us from our birth till death. So the line given in green color is the correct answer. Last question. Trees dash us not to harm them. Trees request us not to harm them. So students, I hope you have noted down these answers, and now let's move further. We have one home assignment for you. This means that you will write all these 7 questions in your notebooks, and based on your comprehension of this poem, you will write the answers to these questions in your notebooks. So let's start with that. First question is, write the central idea of the poem. So students, you have to write the central idea of the poem. Now I hope you have understood what this poem was all about. It was an appeal by the trees to the human beings not to harm them, because trees help us from our childhood to death. Everywhere wood is used, and wood comes from trees. So it's a prayer of the trees to the human beings to have mercy for them, to have love for them, and not to harm them. Rather, we have to protect them. So this is how you can make the central idea of this poem in your own words. Next is, how can the woods give us heat as well as coldness? So based on your understanding of this poem, students, you will write this answer on your own. Next, list the things the woods give us. So students, now you have an idea about the things that we get from the woods. So you have to make a list of those things that we get from woods. Next question, what does the line refreshing draughts quenching your thirst refer to? So again, look at the poem and try to find the answer for this line, refreshing draughts quenching your thirst. Right, next question. I am the bread of kindness and the flower of beauty. This means the woods give us business and love, food and decoration, kind feelings and loveliness. I hope while I was reading this question, you have found the answer. Next, who is the speaker in the poem? So this is also very easy. You know well who is the speaker in this poem. Last question, what is the prayer of the woods to the human beings? So this is the last question. I hope students you have understood this poem well. That's it from my side. I shall take your leave now. Thank you very much and keep doing good work. Thank you.